Are you still there? I am a couple of minutes late, guys, sorry. Ooh. But overall, earlier, it's pre-9. So anyway, let's get ourselves live across the board. The weather sadly hasn't held out, so it's alien radio signal hunt tonight. We're going to be searching the hydrogen line, that yellow line at the top of the screen, the channel on the radio dial there, listening out, hoping to hear E.T. say hello. Mirzam is in range, and because we're a little bit earlier, we're going to have those close by stars come in range very, very soon. So that'll be Sirius there, Weezan, Adara and Aludra, and that'll increase our odds of getting a detection. Maya is in. How are you? How's your weekend been there? Carl too, how you doing? Thank you, Leon, there for the likes. It is those likes and those shares that helps us reach more and more people like yourselves there, all that tapping away. So yeah, we're going to have some good stars in range tonight. Ah, Zena, how are you doing there? I was a bit late, sorry. Makes you waiting around there. But yeah, we're listening out tonight for potential alien radio signals there as the stars, or as the sky rotates there. The Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the night sky, passing over various stars and planets, hopefully sending us a signal. So that's what we are waiting out for tonight there. Good to hear it, Carl. Good to hear it. We're all right. It's a busy one. Never-ending chores, but it's not too bad. Alan, you were having a spa day. Did you see Harko's picture in the Discord? That was brilliant, I thought, Maya, there. And Leanne as well, thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. So, hello, Harko, as well. So, yeah, we're listening out for those potential alien radio signals tonight. Now, radio signals are only one of many types of techno signatures that we could be potentially detecting there, to give us a clue that there is alien life deep out there. Harko as well, coming with a gift, thank you. Kate is in, and Rio, good to see you. The passports will be posted tomorrow, hopefully, Rio, so should get those over to you. Our stream passports there. Alan, he likes his pink nails, does Alan? It was a brilliant picture, I thought. There, Carl as well, thank you for the gift. So yeah, hopefully we are going to get to that signal. The longer we do this, the more our statistical odds of a detection do increase. They are still quite rare, but they can happen at any point. So already 80% of the goal. Well done, guys. There. So yeah, we're going to wait and see what happens. How you doing, George, as well there? So yeah, radio signals are one way of detecting life for those distant stars, but light is another way of doing it. We can do it with light in many ways there. Blue Nose, good to see you. Passport should be posted tomorrow. I didn't get a chance over the weekend, but hopefully you'll get those soon then this week. Well, happy anniversary there, Harko, for tomorrow there for your wife. Hope you're going to spoil her there. And Laura, do I need to follow you on Twitch? Oh, good question. Let's have a look. Where are we with the passports? I imagine it's not going to be much more. Let's have a look. Oh, Twitch. Was you on the gaming stream last night, Laura? That's because it's Twitch and gaming. So they're the two that you need there. So if you're on the last night and I forgot to stamp you, I can stamp you for the gaming, then it is just the Twitch. There we go. Right. Boom. It is just the Twitch, which is live now, so we can get that stamped and you can be posted tomorrow as well. Carl as well, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Oh, well, let me move all my stuff out of the way there. So, oh, you're having some Mackies there, Raf? Very nice. We did earlier today, actually. Oh, you don't have the Twitch there, mate. Or maybe we'll have to see. Alan hasn't made exceptions yet, but well, maybe we'll think of a part 2, a way around it. There. Oh, perfect there, Laura. So I'll keep your passport out ready to go, and then we can get you stamped, and then you can message over on the Patreon. If you can message us your address, I'll get that posted tomorrow there. And 3 German there as well. Thank you for the likes. It is those likes and those shares, guys. It does help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves, to get more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together. We've got a few close by stars about to come in range of our dish there. One of them is a really good one, Sirius there. Long history with the phenomena, potentially sending us beings and craft, so it makes sense, and that being a closer one as well, easier to potentially detect those signals. We just got to wait. But yes, obviously radio signals are one way, but light as well. We can do the light in a number of ways there. So we can observe those distant stars and the light that is coming from them, and we can analyze the light frequencies there, what's getting filtered out and things. We can detect atmospheres of planets that are in orbit around those distant stars, and therefore we can potentially detect life in the surface there because of the gases that are produced in the atmosphere. And people could do this with Earth. They could look to us, look to our atmosphere there, and see all of the man-made, the CFCs and things like that, and go, well, hey, well, there's technology. They can also see a lot of those biological gases there, biosignature, to tell that there is life there. So there's many ways that we can do that. We can also, with light as well, detect potentially laser signaling. So it's not just radio signals for communications. People could be using light and lasers for that as well, which somebody does think they have a scene there as well. And Blue Nose as well, thank you for the heart, appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. But also there are other things that we can detect. Obviously, anything that dims a star's light is going to tell us a little bit about what is going on close around those stars. One of the most interesting things that we are potentially observing, something that we're looking out for, are technosignatures around those stars, are things called Dyson spheres, and they're a theorized way of collecting a hell of a lot of energy from your host star. And June as well, thank you for the likes there. Where are you joining us from tonight, guys? If you're new, let us know. We'd love to hear from you there, where you're all watching from. How do you feel about the phenomena? Have you had a strange experience yourself? Would really like that. But yes, technospheres, technosignals there coming from those stars, they're Dyson spheres. So the idea is that you'd build a shell around your host star there that will absorb all of the heat and light and the radiation from your star there, and then, like big solar panels, etc. there, you drain all of the energy. And if an alien species is doing that, that is something that we would be able to detect here on Earth there by assessing the light and the emissions coming from those stars, or the lack of them there. But also the theory goes that it might not have to be a whole sphere, or maybe whilst they're building it, it's not going to be complete, but you could do like a network of satellites, kind of how we're doing Starlink over here, and these constellations every so often. You've got the satellites out there to provide full coverage. You could kind of do the same to harvest the energy from those stars as well. And they are theorized to be Dyson swarms there again. And if there's anything that is dipping the light enough from our point of view in between us and that star, that could be a giveaway that something like that is going on. And lo and behold, we have quite a few candidates for this potentially going on, some of them not too far indeed. There's one of particular interest there called Tabby Star there, and it's a very strong candidate, but it's in what's really weird, a little cluster where all of the stars in this cluster that are G-type or main sequence stars like our own, and that is important because out of all the range of different types of stars, the stars that are similar to our sun, we obviously know can support life. They're stable enough, they produce enough energy, blah, blah, blah. We know that they could be hosting life, so they're really interesting to us. But yeah, all of the stars in this cluster that are like our stars are there. My brain's got dead. All the stars there are all the stars in those clusters that are main sequence stars are like our own there. They all seem to be doing this dimming as well. So what would that mean? That one species is spreading out slowly from their host star there. That is, I think, is very interesting and a good potential technosignature there. And Laura Lass, hello. Right, I can see you there. Boom. There we go. Passport complete, Laura Lass. Right, drop us a message. You should be able to do that over Patreon. That's normally a more secure way of doing it. And give us your address, and then we'll get that posted for you tomorrow. Let's do the ceremony of folding the passport. Let's get you that to fold. Oh, I can never get it straight. There we go. There we go, Alora. Look, as your passport has been folded and signed off there by Alan. I will get that one ready for you tonight. I've not given you my sample one, have I? No, yeah, that's right. There. Carl coming in with the stickers. Love that. Right, where am I in the chat? But yeah, there's lots of things that we can tell at this distance. Potential evidence for advanced life. Even biosignatures. So it's just life. It might not be intelligent life. It might not be complex life. But we do think, I say we, and the royal we there, there's a group out of Cambridge University that thinks they have detected multiple times now life on a distant planet there called K2-18b. And they think it's a Haitian world there. So a very large planet that has got a liquid hydrogen ocean there, I think. And yeah, they think that they've detected in the atmosphere of that planet a certain type of gas that, as far as we know, can only be made by life. There's no natural origins for it. Maybe alien life will find the Pioneer 1 or 2 one day. Harker, wouldn't that be so cool if we found like the alien equivalent, or even if we just caught up with them? Because as technology advances, if we do get into that sort of near light speed there, or maybe in the warp drive technology, even though they had quite a head start, they're going pretty slow, we might be able to catch up and go bring one back and put them in the museum there. Debster is in. How are you doing? Good to see you. Let's have a look. Where are we? Oh my god, we've missed a few messages over on the tubes. Where are we? There. Alan's been getting in touch with his own side. He wants all parts of Earth culture, is Alan there. You're on 3 channels at the same time. That is commitment, Harko. I think you need like an extra stamp for that one. We don't care if it's Hulk from Ravs. Oh, well, hopefully the test comes back negative there, Maya, for that one. Kate is still eating her pizza. Probably. I still want a good pizza. No decent pizza places around here. Oh dear, that's not looking good. Well, fingers crossed it's just something else and it's not the C1 there. I feel that one, Raf. There's actually quite a lot of good vegetarian, vegan stuff out there. It's not just the fake stuff now. And most of the time, I probably could survive. But bacon, 100% there. Maya, no, I love it. More of a chicken. I see. I'm not big on chicken. Cumberland. Yeah, nice. Oh, well, we'll have to figure that one out, Maya. But don't worry too much about it. I'm glad to hear it there, Debster. Pepperoni pizza. Nice and simple. I like that. But yeah, we've got Domino's, which I'm just sick of, to be honest. It's not bad. I'm just sick of it there. We had a really good cheap place back in Essex called Fat Pizza, and they'll do pizzas for like 15 quid, and they were the size of a lorry tyre. And I miss those ones. I like the extravaganza there. All 3 at once. I like that. Guys, you're joining us now. We are doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We're using a very large radio dish there, pointed up at the night sky, and as the Earth rotates, it's sweeping across the night sky, passing over various stars and planets. Hopefully one of them is going to be inhabited and will be sending us a signal, and if so, we'll hopefully see it nice and clear and big on the screen there. But in the meantime, we're just generally chatting about the UFO phenomenon. So guys, if you've heard anything interesting in the news, you've had a new experience, want to hear about that. As well, anything really are there. You're back in focus now. You've run out of free images to create. Oh, have you've been doing the deep image creation now, like Harko? Has he inspired you, Kate? And Ben, thank you for feeding Alan. Hello as well.
Thanks, guys.
1-to-1 free. So, buy one get one free. I can get dangerous with those offers there. And GWAC, how are ya? I haven't seen you on this side of things for a while. Normally on the tubes there. Well, they apparently it was Fat Pizza. They've got many different. They've got many outlets. I can't remember whether specific ones that we have. I might have even been on an industrial estate there, but it was the good sort of cheap pizza there. So I've caught the stamp there. Thank you, Harko. And GWAC as well. Thank you for the gifts there. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. And just added the ferals into 108, hiding out, causing mischief. We still want to see those. Put them on the thing. Getting creative there. Lee Scott, how are you doing? It's all good. We're about to get... Oh, no, we have now got some more stars in range. So, and now we're getting into the zone there where things can pick up. So let's keep our eyes peeled for those potential signals, because it is not just a question of right place. Are we pointing our dish at a star that has life? But it's also a right place, right time there. Is this the time that the aliens are choosing to send the signals? And Harko.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
I keep elbowing Laura Ness's passport there. I have to go put it in an envelope. 2 seconds, guys. Oh, I forgot my chair's attached to my wire. Hold on. Right, there we go. How are you getting on, Lee? How was your weekend? But yeah, right place at right time for these signals. Signals. You know, is the planet where we are the star? Does the star have planets in its orbit there, where we're pointing our dish? And do those planets have a life? And then are they sending those signals? Because it's going to take a hell of a lot of energy to send those signals over these vast distances. Put the stamp on for that one. Yeah, over these vast distances. They're not going to be sending them all the time. And a recent paper theorizes that we're probably most likely to detect these alien radio signals coming from dying civilizations there. It's their last hurrah, either a warning or a goodbye, or maybe even uploading their knowledge to the galactic internet there, you know, transmitting everything that they have learned, so it's not all been in vain, which is very, very poetic, and it would make sense. It's kind of like our observations of supernovas. They are quite rare, but we see a hell of a lot of them because they are so just bright compared to the rest of the background out there. So we notice them more easily there. And I think the same principle would probably apply to the radio signals. Maybe there's a lot of day-to-day communications, maybe like us, that they try a high-powered message every now and again, but probably won't put all of their energy into it because they've got better things to do, unless it is the last days of their civilization there. Has Alan opened his dating site and called it Essex Singles? That's a very questionable sort of dating site, though. I don't think many people want to be a part of that one. That's why it's failed, Alan. Is he like Hecklefish there as well, where he's always got his business ideas there? Lamorgs, hello, you're up late. I thought you'd be having an early night tonight. Thank you for the likes there. Silence too, appreciate that. All of the tapping away, the shares as well. It does help us reach more and more like-minded people there. Like it yourselves. Let's have a look there. Where are we in the chat? Hey up, hello. Good to see you in. You're over on the tubes tonight. But does your mean lasagna, Raf? Does it come in a tin? Neither do I, there, Mayor. Oh, what's that, Super Bowl? Can tell me I'm not very sporty. There. Where are we? Kate coming in with the shares. Thank you there, Kate. Oh, 10k already, guys. Oh, look, we're not even half an hour into the stream there. Well, done that. Tickers, how are ya? Raf, Tickers says, have you tried the Frey Bentos mac and cheese yet? He wants to know your feedback, your report on that. How many stars would you give it there? And Rob there, hello. While we're listening for signals from aliens, they are watching EastEnders and saying, don't bother, just invade there. I mean, could you imagine if they thought that was, you know, they didn't quite get the concept of fictional dramas there. And they thought it was more documentary. Astrophysics chat, we try our best. Oh, let's have a look there. Yeah, we are up to date. Yeah, so we are listening out, aren't we, for those potential alien radio signals tonight. We've now got 4 stars in range. We've got Sirius 8.6. So in space terms, that is a couple of houses down. It's on the same street. It's very, very close by there. Then we go to Adara at 430 light years. That is probably on the other side of town. Mirzam as well at 500, that is also on the other side of town there, and Weezen at 1800, which is a couple of towns over. So they are relatively close by in space terms, but the further away they get, the higher the energy requirement to send those signals for us to then still be able to hear those signals by the time they reach us here on Earth. And any signal is going to be quite quiet. So we've got to do our work. So we've got to look out for those subtle changes there. But we are listening out for a particular type of signal. That is a civilization transmitting a message, not knowing if there is definitely a recipient there or where they might be. It's the hello, is anybody else out here message. We're not necessarily looking for alien to alien communication there. The interstellar delivery orders or anything like that. That could be on any frequency, and it might not even be in radio. It might even be some sort of weird quantum property that actually they communicate with on a day-to-day basis. But for the main one, this is where we expect that message to be heard. The hydrogen line there is where scientists theorize that if ET is out there and they're sending messages, this is where they would put that message. It's where we've heard all of those interesting ones previously as well. And good question, Ray. How is everybody doing tonight there? And my fringe opinion, how are you doing? Where are you joining us from? Good to have you in there. Thank you for the follow. Been house purchasing. It's been a bit busy for you, hasn't it, Tickers there? Mostly printing. Where are we over on this side there? Raf says, mac and cheese, take my money. So I don't think he's tried it yet, but I think he's very much interested in that one. And Ghost Rider, how are you there? Thank you for the hearts, very kind. We just scroll down the hydration reminder. Thank you, May. I do need that one. I mean, what? Yeah, it's a questionable. A Frey Bentos mac and cheese. If that's the only point of reference, what we stuck on 2 gold discs with the assumption that they can think cryptically. Yeah, and EastEnders, yeah. Not surprised they don't come to say hello. Yeah, well, I mean, actually, what would it look like from the ET perspective there, with the little information that we have put out there? You know, if there was a civilization that, say, is the equivalent of us technologically, what would we look like to them with the little information we have put out there? It's a good Sunday and day off tomorrow, hence the Super Bowl and beer. I like that, sounds good. Ooh, not may up. Just need to just tip my water over these goddamn clippy on lids. One day, come the revolution, they are going to put the person who made those little clippy-on lids for drinks, they're going to put them in prison for that. Roast dinner, all very civilised there. A Munchies McFlurry. See, we purposely opted out for not having a McFlurry. I thought, I don't need it, I'm going to get a thick shake. But now you've mentioned that, I'm wanting a McFlurry there. Tickets coming in with the likes, thank you there. Yeah, we are all good. I'm glad you are as well there. So yeah, it's been a long run mostly of radio signal streams and doing this one. We haven't had a lot of clear skies to do our sky watches. That is the only frustrating point. But as the weather changes, hopefully we're going to get more opportunities to do that. And as it's starting to get darker later, we're going to be able to capture those sky watches in the earlier part of the night time, the darkness, be able to see more and more interesting things in Earth's orbit there, because the sun is still going to be able to reflect that light back to us there. Rio there, I've tried the mac and cheese very much. Oh, what would you rate it there, Rio? Extraterrestrial enters there. The east end of the galaxy. We are like ants. To them, quite possible, isn't it? There, that to them we are just so less advanced there. There's not really much they could want from us, or even how they could interact with us there. We don't share enough in common. Quite potentially, Earth and our solar system is sort of midway in the evolution of the universe there. So there's been plenty of time for other civilizations before us to be well ahead on the evolutionary trends there for knowledge, advancements, and all that sort of stuff. In room 101, is that what the Frey Bentos there? And Fraser as well, thank you for the gifts there. I appreciate that, and the likes. How are you doing? Kate as well. Oh, me too. They were tricky. They would get in the way when we're looking for the aliens, but they were quite interesting. I'm definitely going to take them for granted next year, I tell you, when the summer kicks around again. And here is the weather for warm. It's rain. You're not wrong. It has been absolutely horrendous there. It was Rio. So Raf, you're gonna and Tickers, you're gonna on those. Apparently, the mac and cheese Frey Bentos is not a winner there. We'll try one on stream. Oh my god, those silly lids, yes. Honestly, everywhere. The amount of times I have got I've got water all over my desk. Where are we over on the tubes? Domesticated Alan in his pink house. Well, that's quite the achievement to domesticate him. He's still causing a mess for us here. There. End up scraping my nose on it. I do hate those lids. He's had these waxing. Oh, Alan. Good times there. Are you taking Alan to your yoga class? It might not be as peaceful there, Mayor. Do you have any plans for Alan's birthday yet? Not yet. Not nothing specific. So it's going to be, I think, I've got to find the specific date there, but it's probably going to be, I think it's the end of August, something like that. So we'll have something to do. We'll see how much of a thing it is, if it's worth people coming down for. I think Rio might be an amateur when it comes to Frey Bentos. Oh, Rio, you're having that. I mean, Raf Bentos is the king of them, so maybe. That is a good name, isn't it, Tickers? It's been raining here in Aberdeen since the 24th of January, 2023. It's honestly, I look at my chart where we track the stream types that we do, and there's no colour for a skywatcher, and then it's a orange or no green for the SETI streams. It's just a solid wall of green, like 1 or 2 thrown in of skywatchers. It's insane. Can't definitely be there. Well, we'll have to try and think of something that's going to make it worth the trip, because it's quite a trip, Carl. I take a cute little party hat. I meant to do one for get him a little party hat for my birthday. Rio, perfect timing. Although Alan will be hogging the limelight, you know, he doesn't like sharing the attention, but we'll see what we can do. Coming, even if it's a lone sparkler on the front lawn. Well, all of us weirdos are just going to just descend on some UFO hotspot somewhere. We'll have a look. Maybe we can find somewhere like, you know, more in the middle-ish of the country where we can all combine, meet up halfway or something that's got a UFO theme to it. I'll have to put some more thought to it. That's an image we need Harco to generate. We got CXO Snap. It's going to turn Alan to an escort. Well, if he starts earning his keep, I haven't got a complaint. I'm not quite sure yet. I know it's near the end. I think Alan... I must have taken a picture. Let's have a look. I have a feeling I would have got him. And did we debut him? I think probably on stream. So, what? I made the stickers on the 28th of August, so that must have been around the time. So it was between the 25th and the 28th, somewhere like that. So probably the 27th sounds about right. Because I think, we probably would have debuted him that night, and then we're going, right, we need to make him stickers. So 27th, 28th-ish, I think, is going to be Alan's birthday. Ah, perfect. What days do they fall this year? What days of the week? Wrong button. May, June, July, August. Alright, 28th is a Friday, 27th a Thursday. So is that bank holiday weekend though? Because that was going to be mental everywhere. Alan, you couldn't have been born on a different day. Alan's the working girl there. As Alan had the chop. That I've never asked him. Well, maybe that's for when we do and ask Alan some questions on. So, Tickers, you need that little projector that we were showing you earlier, and you could project the stream. How are you doing, Rachel? Never know if Alan... Oh, exactly. What is Alan getting up to now? Guys, if you're joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We are searching the skies, hoping to hear a message from ET, pointing our dish up there to the night sky, and as the Earth rotates, it sweeps across the night sky, passing over various stars and planets. Hopefully one of those is going to be saying hello, sending us a message. I think so. That's the weekend, yeah, which is going to be a nightmare if it's the bank holiday weekend. I've not got my big wall planner up this year, so I can't check. Actually, does this calendar say? Yeah, so bank holiday. Is the bank holiday August weekend there? Alan. Always awkward. Alan looking like Pat Butcher. Been a bit worse for wear. He's going to end up in the desert and dead after being an American trucker. I mean, I think the trucker is... trucker's probably going to come off worse there. And Ben there, I'll be listening along tonight. Not much talking. I'm killing zombies. Oh, well, good luck with that, Ben. No worries. Good to have you in. There, TB, how are you doing? We are all good. We're ticking along. We've got some good stars in range tonight, so it's all not too bad. How about yourself there? I feel a little bit better now, Rachel there, and I still can't believe I've seen another orb. But you were saying the other day, weren't you, before you'd seen the orb, that you did wonder if the activity was going to start to pick up, because it is at this time of year. There seems to be some sort of correlation. And, lo and behold, you're getting those sightings. So it's very exciting there. You have to make sure your all your binoculars and your night vision stuff is all ready to go by the door, just in case there. Be 21 again, Rio. That's it. We've got to start counting backwards now. I'm at the age now. It's got to start counting backwards. Boo! There we go. A up. Are we all up to date? Oh, no. Alan is going to be institutionalised at this rate. The poor guy. He's going to send me institutionalised. Oh, so you can Google. Oh, that's where I missed that now. The truckers are the ones that pick up the... Yeah, I think it's probably a range of people, but truckers do have a connection to that scene, I believe. Alan's getting propositioned. Well, he has got his only Alan's account. And you really couldn't stop shaking. I imagine with the adrenaline. Rachel, and I've been super busy working in London. Oh, good busy with the work though, like, you know, getting ahead, getting some extra dough in for that one. I hope so. Astra as well, thank you for the likes there as well. Kate coming in with the shares, guys. It is the likes, the shares, tapping away, all of that stuff. The hashtags do help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. Clamping with the lads and Alan. We'll do an overnight UFO spot there for his birthday. I don't think I could do a tent these days. Oh, there's some horrible stuff, Raph. But yeah, you're watching it all there. How you doing, Lee? Australian radio signal hunt tonight. I can't believe yesterday, though, how frustrating that game was. How little progress we made. We got so much better at it, but it didn't matter. We still kept getting abducted. Very, very frustrating. All to one, a lot of emotions there. Tickets to the motorhome. Well, once it's not your full-time abode, although I know how much you love the freedom of van life, we'll have to commandeer the motorhome there, like the American ones with all of the dishes on the roof and things for their UFO detections there. Will it not? Oh, I'm not sure if it links and things it doesn't like, sadly. That's frustrating. I wonder if the... let's have a check, see if TikTok has added more words to the filter. Let's have a look when that wants to load. Right. Where is the... No, it hasn't added any more words, so we should be alright on that front there. It won't let you share it. That's ridiculous. That's about right. I wouldn't be surprised with TikTok. But thank you for trying. Oh, TB. So, I felt it was okay. Like, it was well made, but I don't think the story had that sort of real didn't deliver on the punchline. I don't think it was bad. Like, yeah, I think it was okay. It could have been worse. Seen Alan shopping online. Instant for new probes. Hope they don't come in larger sizes there. No worry out, though, but thank you for trying. A little moho version of the Ecto White. Yeah, I might devalue it slightly, but I like that. You got, I think, is it the Podesto brothers? They're a couple guys over in the US, and they've rigged up like their motorhome with radar and stuff, and they're always on the California coast there. And they get some really, really good evidence. So I'd love to do something like that. Still tears of joy, though, would they be? And where are we? As Raph finishes, sorry, Ron Jeremy and Alan. The game looked hard to be. I mean, that, and I'm useless at it. Like, there's got to be something. I'm gonna have to watch some other people because we can't even get past level 1. So frustrating. Camera style screaming. I don't think I audibly screamed. I did on the first round, the first time we played the game. I was making a little weird little noises, but that did get me. It still made me jump. Don't give them ideas. You know, you'll test those probes. Oh yeah. No, Alan. I should have to do more. The end did not feel right to me. I get what you mean. That, like, it didn't deliver. I felt very unsatisfied by it. But I also didn't go, that was awful. It says there is a Warminster UFO conference. Oh, there was last year, and they did it for the 60th anniversary. It would be good if they did another one, but I didn't know they were doing another one. Maybe it went so well that they are going to do another one. And Gibson's there. How are we doing there? I was messing either my kids camping, pretending to Morse code the aliens with a flashlight. That's brilliant. Did you really have them hooked there? Wait, told us about us. Oh God, I didn't know AI knew about us yet. I didn't think we'd be doing it long enough. I'm sure I'm going to make lots of friends like that if when the people in the UFO world start to look up the UFOs and all comes up his ass. Or the people putting the hard work doing the actual research. It felt like an anxiety attack, and I wonder how they would react to me in real life. Well, they do say, don't they, that anxiety and excitement physiologically is very, very similar. Apparently from nowhere, migrating above us, that airplanes turned up, the sky went cloudy, and they were gone. There is a lot of talk, isn't there, around actually, doing the signalling either with lights, with lasers there, and sometimes even, is it like intention setting and stuff? There is ways that you can apparently attract UFO and UAP and things like that, so maybe indirectly you're calling some of that activity in there. And thank you there, Tickers. Too seriously, a strange conference. Oh, UK Anomalous Research and University of Worcester in late August. Oh, that sounds interesting. I have to have a look for that one. And they literally started pulsing briefly in the sky before the planes and clouds go. Well, that actually does sound exactly like there, Gibson, that you'd have some success seeing something strange. That is very, very interesting. TB as well, thank you for the likes there. Rendlesham Forest, Suffolk, known as Britain's Most Rail, UFO trail exists to the 1980s incident, and it just generally, that forest has got a lot of folklore attached to it as well, pre the UFO stuff. So if something weird was going to happen anywhere, it's not a bad shout for it there. And I've done it many times. Has it worked, Gibson's? Like repeatedly? Is it something you've had repeated success? Because it's something that we've not tried, and it is on the list that I would really, really like to give a go. With that, and G-Way, thank you for the alien buddy there for Alan. Alan, don't eat it. Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
He can't be stopped. And a friend of mine said they would like to try it to calm me down. There, and a group regularly organises at the forest bank holiday skywatch walks and meditation. Really, I've got to go on the list. And that part of the world, if it's a reasonable August, that would be quite a nice place to be. Maybe we should all aim for Rendlesham, although public transport is a nightmare getting there. we're interested in doing a deep dive on the Warminster thing and other local encounters. Oh, Carl, I think you mentioned it before, and it's a great idea, but because it's local, I keep forgetting. But we have to add it to the list there. Thank you for GWAC there for the cake.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
We will have to 100% add it to the list for that one. You see the alien on your head after I sent the quiz. I missed the animation, but I have seen it before. I love that anime. I think it's so cute because it looks exactly like Alan, but like in a little suit. Yes, I've seen this a few times. So is your partner. Oh, I mean, this is it's on our list. So sometimes we do take our skywatch equipment up to the local hill forts that surround the town here, where there's been history of interesting sightings, and we're thinking that that's one of the things that we still want to start to dabble with, rather than just passively sort of observing what may or may not be there. See if we can start to encourage us. Very exciting there, Gibsons. Whereabouts in the world was that or those experiences? Kate coming in with the shares. Thank you there, Kate. It's been to get them too. I think I'd be too much for them. Oh, I'm sure they'll have their ways. They'll be fine. It sounds weird, but the clouds appeared from nowhere. They fly in quickly, and you can't see them for long. Interesting to note that. I mean, again, there is a connection with the clouds and the phenomena, as if they almost use it as a sort of cloaking there. The alien animation is adorable. When I've caught it, it is very good. I do like some of those animations. I feel so sick of the clouds not being able to use my new dwarf telescope. Oh my, the run that we have had have awful nights, Phil. Oh, the pain. When we started doing this in the summer, it was end of June. So the run up during June there. I see that one. Thank you, G-Back. The run up to it there, I was like, getting the camera. Okay, right, test it one night. No, it doesn't work. Need a new lens. Right, test it. No, they need this. Whatever it was, you're trying to do it for the month to get the stars in shot. And I was just waiting weeks in between, trying to get a clear night to get the camera out, and I was like a petulant child. It was so frustrating. Oh, Portland flying. I don't even know where that is. It sounds very exotic. Portland flying there. I'll have to look that one up. That's very interesting. And Alan is a good little dancer. He can throw some shapes there. Weather control. It's also that, but they talk, which I definitely think is possible. But they also talk about, don't they, as part of this, the way the air might react with the warp bubble. Basically, when you've got a sort of a compressed atmosphere that's then being opened up to the wider atmosphere, it can condense the water, so then you might get mist is one of the byproducts there. So I don't know if there's maybe like a wider thing that can just be like, rather than just a bit of mist around the craft, maybe there's a full-on, sort of clouding effect and stuff like that. They're beating you back down. Too much lectures. Yeah. Definitely beat me back down there. That is very true, Tickers, yeah. It's worth checking that one out if you can Google that one. Oh, I love it when it happens. You can generally watch the light travel, light up above you, flash and go out. Now, that experience would be so amazing. Like, the one that we had that was the last time we were up that hill, that did it unsettled me a little bit whilst that was going, because I couldn't figure out what it was. So it did get to me a little bit. So I wonder how I would react having a sighting like that when you're clearly seeing something move in that strange way there. What are you hashtagging for the signal hunt set? Oh, good question there. Wow signal, SETI, they had good hashtags, I think. I don't know. Aliens. Northwest UK. Okay, so, okay, yep, we've got a few your way. So, like it. Have you had any experiences then when you've not been signalling as well, or was it something that you tried, or was it that you'd already had a few of experiences, you got the curiosity and then thought trying that again there? And everybody thank GWAC as well when you claim the treasure box they put up there. And I still haven't listened to it. I haven't got the heart to there, but Paul is in the house. Thank you as well, GWAC, for the gifts. Loads of gifts from GWAC there. Thank you, sir. And the clouds smother the lights, so they cover the sky in seconds. Oh, Rachel, me too. Asking if you had that opportunity, 100% be asking so many questions. And where are we? What are you guys talking around the tubes there? feel like you're back at uni. Oh. What is going on with you there? And yeah, there is a correlation there, Raf, between the smuttiness and you and Maya getting together there. Who watches Simon Holland? He talks a lot about renders from... yeah, I do like a bit of Simon Holland. He's had some interesting videos come out, hasn't he, over the time there. So he's one of the ones that was really pushing a year or so ago that the BLC-1 signal that was apparently detected coming from Proxima Centauri, our closest stellar neighbour. He was saying that that there's more to that, and he's got somebody on the inside. And I hope that that is true. That would be so phenomenal. If that is the case there, Rio as well. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Thanks, guys.
And G-Wack coming in there, and Blue Nose, thank you. Loving the stickers there. The paint in the picture. Where are it? I've recorded a few strange things, but I've been obsessed with the skies since I was a kid. Definitely same. Kate coming in with the shares there, and 20,000 plus photos just of the skies. Oh, I bet you've got some good stuff. We've seen some interesting things in the night sky, but what I want to see with my own eyes is I want to see that anomalous movement, the proper moving around in the ways that aeroplanes just can't there, or like the physical craft shape. Well, maybe Rachel. And thank you for the likes there as well. And we're up to date, Laura as well. Thank you for coming in with the house. Thank you. Let me throw down here. Only on the inside, Maya. Raffy's jelly. It's full on. Well, I'm skimming, I think, most of the ones that are the in-between chat, so. Raph asked you to do his nails like Alan. Yeah, well, there you go, Harco. I think Raph wants one, but with his nails like Alan's there. Oh, I've lost the place, it's jumped ahead. And Britain's once Roswell Ancient Contacts uploaded 4 hours ago. Oh, some of 1 hour 18 minutes. I'll have to check that one out. I did have one of his loaded up yesterday, which I haven't quite caught up with yet. The only thing is with Simon, so he's mentioned a couple of things, and not that he's wrong, but he's had experts in, or he's lent on something, and this is part of the process. So it's not a commentary on him, because I quite like Simon Holland, but I don't think the theories on some of the theories are fully correct as well. So, two things. One, he was talking about Cobra Mist there, the meant to be over the horizon radar ray that shoots out over, towards Eastern Europe and Russia, talking about that actually being an EMP weapon, which I think is probably right, but he had a really interesting guy on there that was talking about the antenna, and the guy was basically saying that, yeah, he thinks this EMP weapon, which is, really interesting, but this particular type, he was saying that it would need the capacitors very, very nearby, so they were saying that there must be underground complexes at Cobra Mist, and he's also stated that later on as well, and there definitely isn't at Cobra Mist, and I know that I've worked in those areas, so there's nothing underground at Cobra Mist there. So I think they're slightly off on part of the ones there, and talking about large underground facilities. Not that you can't have things just below the surface, but there isn't massive facilities below down there. The soil type is too rough there. But I do think it's probably right with the being an EMP though, which in of itself is pretty interesting. It's a very strange area. Oh, Dark Matter, that was the one I was starting to watch, but I haven't got all the way through it. Interesting concept. Oh no, you got the cold coming in there, Raf. Do they do like a Frey Bentos cold and flu? Where are we? Over on the other side there as well. Oh, Kate and Carl, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
And we catch up here with the Tiki Talks. I'm saying that because someone had a near-death experience and seen their world. Oh, interesting. God, what would that be like to actually see an alien world? Like, even if somebody, just brought you back a picture, a postcard, to know that you're actually getting eyes. Sometimes I look at those images of Mars or of Venus as well, because there's not very many of Venus, and I try to grasp that is an alien world. That's that little dot of light up there. My head can't quite fully appreciate it, let alone seeing something with a structure of civilization on there. But if there is that, why aren't the masses of drones taken out by it? What's that? The EMP one? It's defunct now. It's defunct now. But apparently it was like a secret Cold War project. They called it an over-the-horizon radar, but it doesn't look like an over-the-horizon radar. And it's basically just this massive ground-based EMP that was pointed directly to the west. So if the Russians did invade, they could just basically fry any electronics, from the east of England out to Russia. Phenomenal bit of kit, but they didn't have it operational for long. I don't think it worked quite well there. Oh, it does. It honestly just. I see. I thought of you, Ayat, because I was talking about what was we saying the other day. I was trying to appreciate it more. There was something there, and this is one of those sort of things. Trying to really take that moment in and go, look, this is an alien world. This is that dot up there. If the mainstream is to be believed, not many people in the Earth's history have seen the surfaces there of other planets there. Crystal Palace, and someone gave her a hug, telling her it wasn't her time just yet. Oh. So is that getting into that sort of dimensional part of things there? And Grant Gibson as well, and it's great, thank you for that, but because of people like you sharing your experiences and your knowledge, that is my favourite bit, is hearing about everybody's accounts, all the little details that you wouldn't hear normally there. I feel like it gives you a really good foundation for the phenomena. Where are we? What are you guys going up there? You're a hologram. Who keeps... Oh, jolly hello. What are you... You've gone sideways over there. I'll be in Salisbury Saturday morning. Oh, very good. What are you doing in Salisbury? You're not too far from us at all. In Salisbury. Where are we? Are we up to date? It was extraterrestrials. She came face to face with them. Sorry, Mrs. just throwing things around. Must have done something wrong. And as Ticker says, they're a great community and great friends over there. I wish I could be a super fan, but I'm a skin. So, no, Gibson, not at all. Not at all. Don't you worry. It's kind of you to think of that, but just hanging out and sharing experiences is all totally cool there. Just be a part of the community. That's what we like. TikTok screwed everybody over with the bloody super vans, making it stupidly expensive and removing half of the things that you could get for doing it. But we do something alien pretty much every night. So if it's cloudy, we do this, the signal hunt. If it's a clear sky, we do a UFO, UAP skywatch. There you go. There's the footage. And we tend to see something strange most nights there because we're based in Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country. So these are the skies to be watching. Or if the moon is up, then we watch the moon. See all the weird and wonderful things happening on, off, and around the moon. So hopefully we'll see you around for future ones of those, if the weather ever wants to clear there. But thank you for the heart there as well, Gibson. And we are all friends 100%. It's such a good little community. Very, very few trolls. And guys, if you are just joining us, we are doing a live no, we're not. No, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. That's what we're doing. So we've got a dish out there in the garden. It's pointing up to the night sky, and as the Earth rotates, it sweeps across the night sky, passing over various stars. Hopefully one of those stars is going to have a planet in its orbit there that's got intelligent life that is sending us a signal. We've got, at the minute, Sirius, Mearsam, Adara and Weazen in range there. They are all stars somewhat close by there. Sirius is at 8.6 light years. That is not too far at all. That is just down to basically just a couple of houses down in space terms. Then it's Adara at 430 light years. That's the other side of town. Mearsam is about 500, so the same. Weazen is like the town over there. So the closer those stars are, the less energy those signals would need to reach us here nice and clear. So again, those odds that we could detect a wider range, more potential signals there, the closer those stars are. But it is a case of right place, but also right time. So we're making sure we have a planet that we hope has got life on it. That's the first thing, pointing the dish in the right direction, but at the right time there. These signals are so intense, so energy intense there. Their civilization's unlikely to be sending them all of the time. In fact, we do think now that we are most likely to detect a signal from an alien species there if it's like their goodbye message. Maybe their civilization's coming to the end, they can't get off their planet and their sun is about to engulf them. Maybe one of the things, maybe they're under attack, God knows. But whatever way, that is when we think a civilization would put the most effort and the most energy resources into sending that signal. So let's see if we get something like that tonight. But make sure you're following. I say we do say it every night, and hopefully you get a notification when we all go live. The tubes is always sideways. It's gone fully upside down, Kate, without your all-seeing eye over it there. Oh, the passports, yeah, we've got the Alien, the film and film movie club, haven't we? Haven't put up the list for movie club yet. I've been slacking. Deep dives on it all there. And Paul there, I think Antarctica holds a lot of secrets beneath the ice. 100%, it's going to be such an interesting place if we could just get down. Maybe we already have, and it's a secret. But just to have a landmass like that, continent with its own ecosystem of that sort of size there, that would have spent, before the ice was there, it still would have spent 6 months at a time in darkness. I don't think we've ever seen what a forest, what a jungle might look like that spends half of the year in darkness. What do animals and creatures look like? That's going to be very interesting to discover that, and all untouched. I wonder if ETs go to the same spirit world as humans, and if there is such a thing. I mean, it's a very good question, because the rules have got to apply across the board, haven't they, really? If they are of the same sort of thing as us, you'd imagine so. Do we all meet up? There. Would Gibson like a mini Alan? Quite possibly. We've got a few, haven't we now? Thank you, Tickers, for that. We'll get the passports out again in a second. I'd share you the link to the video from YouTube. Oh, yes, I like that. I'll check that one out. And exactly AAP, I'm still so far behind, but guys, as AAP says there, we've got some really good little Discord community there, which is full of everything from Free Eye Atlas, the latest news in the UFO world, but also my favourite, your personal experiences section there. A lot of you guys are sharing your first-hand accounts of the phenomena with images and videos too, so do use the link in our bio there and you can join us for little chats off stream for that. But also we do a monthly Alien movie club, so that'll be going up this week. The vote for what movie we're going to watch at the end of February. We all sit down at the same time, press play and chat along, and it gets pretty unhinged. Brad?
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan. But and we'd love yours. It's you guys that put all the work in with your awesome questions. And Nature putting on the main show, whether it's this with its radio waves or the Skywatch, the visuals there. Stefan, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? And thank you for the like. And it is the tapping away at the shares, those likes, that does help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. So getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, helping us piece this puzzle together. Kate coming in with the shares, and up there with the hashtags. Your presence makes it worse, Kate. Actually, maybe. There. How are you doing, Brad? Good to see you. And Rio?
Nom nom nom,
Thank
thanks
you for
guys.
feeding Alan. Roll the ads. That's it, once we get started. The last movie night was defo unhinged. Yeah, that hit a new low. It really did. There. Speaking of which, we should probably switch over to Starship Alan in a second, shouldn't we? Where are we over on the tubes? I'm going to skip to roughly where we are now there. And so does Greenland. Okay. Oh, it's very interesting. Oh, wait, no. Where am I? Let me scroll up a bit far. I'm missing half the convo here. You said that's why it's a better chat. I haven't yet, Jolly. I remember you saying something about that the other night and did raise a question. Salisbury, then on to Andover to pick my son up, and then back to Salisbury there. Well, you'll be very, very close by. Only one stop away in Salisbury, but there's nothing this way, sadly. Oh gosh, to the TikTok there. Are you guys going to be fighting? The chats versus the other chats there. Astronauts don't urinate or defecate. They have to, especially the time that they're up there. You can smell drains. Well, at least your sense of smell hasn't gone. Raph, it's because, you know, you're putting these things in my mind. Oh, I think I missed the first part of that. Let me scroll down. What are you guys? I'm only getting bits of your conversation here. My God. Let me scroll through it. Oh, Angry does talk a lot. Yeah, I think he does talk a lot about Atlas. And Atlas is very strange. It's a very, very interesting object there. I'm trying to read the chat. What's that, Lancer? Did you see Sam nervously drinking his water? What's this? A few straight whiskies. What are you Oh my God, that chat is trying to keep up with you guys. Get back to your shenanigans on deck. We're going to see where you're all up to on the Starship Allen. Unhinged is the best way. Carl there, can imagine on an alien world, plants we would class as harmless here, but could be carnivorous there. I mean, there was a biologist doing an interview once, and it was really interesting because, you know, we worry, don't we, about things like, you know, potentially alien viruses if we've not got an immune system built for anything like that, and, you know, what are the risks, these sort of stuff. And basically, the risk is it's 50-50. Either it's going to be awful for us, or it won't be able to interact with us at all. Because if it's totally alien, the way those viruses or the bacteria or even, you know, plants and stuff, and how they might, what food sources they may have, if it's totally alien, it's just not going to know what to do with us at all there. But if it is slightly close to us, then that's when the threat comes in, because it might cause us some more problems. But we talk about aliens, you know, the greys or whatever from wherever, but they're just the tip of the iceberg for their own biospheres, aren't they? And they're just the equivalent of us, the apex of their civilization. What about all of the bugs, all of their plants, all of their bacteria, all of their pets, all the animals, you know? There's so many weird things. What does the pet look like for a grey alien? Do they have hamsters? Wouldn't any signals we hear be from so far away? We'd be dead by the time they got out. Response, Scott, pretty much, yeah, most of the time anyway. That's a very, very good point. So these distances are so vast indeed. So for example, we've got Sirius in range of our dish now. That is 8.6 light years. Now that's a very close by star, and it's not the closest, but it is. It's in our local neighbourhood, Sirius there. So 8.6 light years means that any message from them that we say, if we were to receive a message coming in right this second, just pings up on the screens there, says hello humans, and it's, you know, we're from Sirius. That message was sent 8.6 years ago, because radio waves travel at the speed of light. And then if we were to send a hello back, that's each way is 8.6 years there. So it is. It's quite hard to have a conversation with these things, and that's a close by one. So if we go down to the one that we've got in range at the minute, it's the furthest away, which is Aludra, I think. That is 2,000 light years. So if we were to get a message from Aludra right now, that message had left 2,000 years ago. So that's not long after they nailed somebody to a cross, if that's what you're into, you know. So that's how long it will take there. And again, there's some stars that are so far away, like, you know, civilizations will be dead, but it's very difficult to have that to and fro conversation. But for us, if we were to get a signal that is clearly technological in nature, and also potentially not coming from us or one of our probes or anything like that, one of our Martian rovers or anything like that, then that's a eureka moment there, because every now and again we do get these anomalous signals that come through and we can't quite pinpoint what they might be, or where they might be coming from, and they don't fit Earth technology, they don't fit natural radio signals. There's a lot of those, but they don't also repeat, which is what science needs to 100% says it's alien. So for us, it's just the excitement rather than the conversation. It's a very good point there, Scott. And also never got why we assumed there'd be a bipedal and the size of a human child there. See, that's, again, Scott, a very interesting point there, isn't it? There, that in the vast range of the universe... Oh, my message just jumped there. So in the vast range of the universe, the aliens that we report to be seeing, they do look suspiciously similar to us, don't they? And, is that, that human bias and human interpretation there? That we're seeing things based on what we know? Or is it that actually maybe we're related? Is one of the options there. It could be us from the future, is one of the ideas that's been theorized. Because if you're making a ship that can travel faster than light there with a warp drive, you're technically also making a time machine. So maybe us in the future is one of the things that's been theorized there. Or maybe we're related. Maybe panspermia comes into play there. The idea that life is sort of seeded at a sort of a bacterial level there through sort of asteroid transfers, meteorite transfers. So maybe kind of we're all from a similar lineage. Or is it that they just had similar evolutionary pressures? And bipedal is the optimal one for an intelligent species. But it's a very interesting connection. And Gibson there, I have to dash, but it's been great watching. Oh, thank you so much, Gibson. Hopefully we'll see you throughout the week as well. It's been great having you in there. I loved hearing about your accounts there, so hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a good start to your week there. Freya Atlas is 439 million kilometers from Earth there. Now in Gemini, is it really? How long is it until it gets to Jupiter there? And Rio and Lee and Marcus, thank you for the gift set. And hello, Marcus. How is your Sunday going? And it's got there, I don't get why aliens would visit us either, as we are unevolved by their standards. I mean, it's one possibility, but we still study bacteria, don't we? We find it interesting for different reasons. We don't want a conversation with it there, but there is something else in the phenomenon, isn't it, that maybe we're their little pet project. Maybe they made us, maybe they've had a lot of a play around here, maybe we're a test. I mean, when we look out to our solar system, which is the only level we can really get the detail, there isn't another diverse environment, not just biologically, but geologically there as well, and environmentally. Like, Mars, all of Mars looks pretty similar. All of Venus looks pretty similar. All of Mercury looks pretty similar. They're all pretty homogeneous, for their own sort of spheres there. So maybe Earth is unique in that sense. Maybe we are their little petri dish, their zoo even. But it's definitely a question to be raised. They're unlikely to be meeting us, aren't they, as equals and having that sort of conversation. And hello, Mark, there. Thank you for all the gifts. And as well there, they need to have mastered FTL there, faster than light travel. And we argue about kittens on the internet. I mean, we are an interesting bunch in that sense. On one hand, you say we're arguing about kittens and probably some other things. And they've mastered FTL. We do think, actually, that one of the ways that they may be doing this is by what's theorized is now Cuvier warp drive. So, I think Mikhail Cuvier in the 90s, a scientist, or was he a mathematician? One of those, anyway, came up with how you could build a real-life warp drive without breaking physics. We just can't do it because we haven't got enough energy to build it, but in theory you could do that and bend space and time around you there. So although you're technically not moving, you can get from point A to point B very, very fast indeed, which would achieve that. And by using this warp drive, we can actually then measure some of the effects and get some observables from it. And lo and behold, looking at some of the evidence that we see, the videos, the images of modern and even classic UFO cases, it does look like we are seeing what we would expect to see if a craft was using a warp drive style propulsion there, sort of gravitational lensing, misting, light red shifting as well, all sorts of strange things. as well. And I think the government has been sending and receiving signals and contact messages for years. We hear stories every now and again, don't we, about that? I never know where I land on it. I'm always so torn between the government is so incompetent that they, you know, they can't even fill in the potholes on the road, versus it's one big massive conspiracy and they know everything and can't tell us. Most likely it's somewhere in between, but yeah, like, wouldn't that be amazing if they have been in contact? There's rumours, there's some very interesting rumours there as well. Aliens also seem to only abduct drunk rednecks and never Oxbridge scholars there. Scott, this is where, that's actually a very interesting, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's where I started before we started doing the stream. That was my initial assumption coming in, and when we started looking at it, right, the weird bit is that actually that isn't true. They're the ones that kind of get propagated around, but actually it is loads of, it's everybody. It's a wide range of people. Some of the people that are coming out in the US now, they're very senior, very, very credible people, intelligent. There's been a lot of scientists and stuff that have come out, and that now they immediately get ostracized from their communities, but they're still very credible people. And it blew my mind when I heard that, because I thought that if that had been the case, if these very, you know, credible and senior people had these experiences, well, their authority would convey the seriousness of that, and then like we'd all know about it, it'd get in the news and all this sort of stuff. But it doesn't, it just gets squashed, it just gets quieted down. It's like we as the public, we just don't want to hear it. It's so interesting, isn't it? I'm so glad you brought that one up there, Scott, as well. And 80% of the gold there, thank you, guys, for that one. And the only thing about them being us from the future, why the heck are they not intervening there? Or partly, I think, because we have to learn. I think it's like with a child, you know, you can stop them from doing things, can't you? But if they don't learn the lesson, you're robbing them of that lesson. They'll never know for future instincts. And they're, you know, like, we've got to learn. Probably the only way to learn is the hard way, sadly. That's my only theory on it there. And Live Gold, thank you for that one, guys. And we are hell-bent on destroying Mother Earth and her resources there. I don't know. I think we're doing damage, but at the end of the day, we're natural. I mean, we've seen what a supernova does. You know, like, that's, you know, we're nothing compared to nature. And, you know, once we're all gone and we have destroyed ourselves, I think you're right on that one. You know, we have a self-destructive nature. We're not looking far enough into the future for, you know, just for our own preservation there, but yeah, I think once we are gone, nature will just do its thing again, won't it? But you know, if they are us in the future, then that's a positive sign that we don't do it that bad, if that is the case there. And maybe in the future everything works out, and this is how our future us do history lessons. Well, it could well be, you know. I mean, wouldn't you want to go back to all these interesting times and see it? Like, if we could jump on a bus right now, a very fancy bus with lasers, and we could go back and we could, you know, see people, see the Titanic leaving Southampton. You know, things like that. Wouldn't you do that? I'd do that. Definitely would do that. And Scott as well, thank you for the follow there as well, matey. Kate coming in with the shares, and humans are equally stupid and amazing. Well, this is true, and it's hilarious. And we are, as a collective, stupid and amazing. We are as groups, you know, smaller groups we are, and also as individuals. You know, some of the stupid things that I have done as well, you know, the dichotomy is within us all as individuals, isn't it? 100% there. And we're also amazingly arrogant at that. We think we're the dominant species in the... Exactly. I think arrogant is the perfect word for that, Scott, there, because that is what the mainstream scientific position is. It's, well, we're the biggest until we see otherwise. But I think logic would dictate that there's at least a strong chance that that is not the case, especially as we haven't really looked. We don't actually have that good a instrumentation or processes to look and to notice if that stuff is going on. So I love it there. And we can't even make a TV that lasts the full warranty. March 16th, scheduled to pass Jupiter at a distance of 30. So we're not too far now. We're a month and a bit away from it there. Now that's going to be interesting to see if our Free Eye Atlas does have any interactions with Jupiter there. And the government can't organise a boot up, but yet they can hide aliens. That's that internal that I get. I don't know, because I was originally like, no, they can't, because because of that, just their level of incompetency. But the stuff that is coming out, especially those US whistleblowers now, it's really interesting. And for me, the real tipping point was the Harold Malmgren confession there. So he was a very, very, well, he's a presidential advisor, very intelligent, a very credentialed man there, passed away very recently. And he was a presidential advisor to Kennedy, Nixon, a couple of others as well. I think it's 4 presidents in total, and he was actually responsible for calming down the Cuban Missile Crisis, which, if you know, was one of the closest points that we got during the Cold War to everything going to hell there. And so he was responsible for calming that down. And went on his deathbed, well, before that actually, as he was getting ill, he started coming out and basically just saying, look, part of what I did involve the alien stuff. He said I've seen it, he knew, he managed operations around it, recovery, and that he touched physically himself touched actual recovered alien material as well. And I'm like, this man is if this is a very, very respectable person here, you know, like if they're claiming this, they're either outright lying or, you know, something's got to be going on there as well. And do we really think the government we see is actually the government running the show? Oh, that is an interesting one. Is there a secretive organisation, or is there secretive organisations in different areas? They're all pulling a separate string. It may sound like a lazy trope, but I got into it because of the early X-Files series. I think a lot of people, I mean, we're quite cynical of entertainment generally, aren't we? We're like, oh, this is a very serious subject and we need to be serious with it. So, you know, anything entertainment is not necessarily looked upon with a lot of value, but entertainment is the access point for a lot of people there. You know, it's not very high risk for somebody to come in and maybe just plant that seed of curiosity and ideas. Why I use the green. I want to be quite light-hearted. We're leaning into the stereotypical UFO and aliens there, you know, just to see open it up to more people. So I don't think you're alone there, Scott, at all. But are we alone in the universe there? And people can't even follow the instructions on pot noodles yet. Can uncover a government conspiracy. There's a lot of interest there for some people. There won't be any future instincts if we have no insects. Sorry, there. If we have no plant life left, not at all. No. But we've lost loads already. You know. Do we see how Mother Nature responds? I mean, I don't think we will. I think I think the threat is as bad as people say. We do need to pay attention to it, but I don't think the end result is as likely to happen as that. Like this whole period of angst and processing is a natural part of the process. Like, I don't think we'll learn as a species to harness technology and resources better without having a painful lesson. We just got to hope that the painful lesson isn't so painful there isn't a coming back from it. You know, that, if that makes any sense. Oh, you're off to bed now, Tickers there. Well, hopefully you won't be rained out. Very true. Mother Earth quickly takes back over when she gets... that's the thing that reassures me the most, up there. Like... when I get a bit worried about all of the end of the world stuff that we could do, just look at nature and just go, it's so awe-inspiring. We are nothing, you know. For me, it feels very much like it's human arrogance again. Like, you know, like, well, we're the dominant species, you know, and it's now that we're the dominant species that we can contend with Mother Nature and go against her will. It's like, nah, we ain't got a chance. Sweet dreams, Earthling. Oh, thank you there. Thank you for joining us. And, Buzz as well. Hello, currently watching from Morocco. I think that's a first for us, Buzz. Loving it as well. What are the skies like in Morocco? I think they've got to be much better than what we've got over here in the UK at the minute. Just a drizzly rain there. And Brad, thank you for the heart. So you're on holiday there, Buzz, or is that where you are based? Let me just scroll down. First contact would be a laugh, and imagine that discussion. It could be quite interesting. All movies of dystopian Earth, we are 100% just... Oh, bloody thing is scrolling ahead on me. Sorry, guys. so we are 100% just trying to kill each other. Oh, yeah, we are with that. And aliens, take us to your leaders. Us, are you sure? That is, yeah. Don't even bother. It's when we find out that the aliens are also on the flight logs for a certain island. Alan's not come up there, has he? And humans do blow me away sometimes when it comes to science, art, music, technology. And also, this is the thing that, you know, we have an unhealthy relationship with ourselves because we are all of those bad things, 100%. But we are also the good things. We are the compassionate ones. We're the only species that goes out and purposely puts time and resources into protecting other and, you know, nursing them back to health, other species back to health. There, you know, like it's a two-sided, I think. Where are we in the chat? I'm a few messages behind there. Let me scroll down there. I could confess to being the second guy behind the grassy knoll. But it doesn't make it true, though. Well, you've got to take these things, haven't you, with evidence and things like that. But on the face of it, you've got to look to the people and to their history. And so, for the particular, like somebody like Harold Malmgren, there, like his history is recorded. You know, he is well known that he's done those other things. The things that are in question is the alien stuff. But he was involved with the projects that could be associated with it. So the puzzle pieces fit. The puzzle pieces really fit. So if you've got to make that leap of belief, he's definitely got a very compelling case there. A very sensible, you know, important person throughout his entire life. Very, very senior in government. And yes, are we there already? Maybe. And but then we build nuclear weapons and cause wars. We're a dichotomy for sure. We definitely are. But so do animals fight and they kill each other all the time. They'll kill their own species. It's not just for food. They all just. I mean, I look at my pets as well, and they're ingrained aggression for territory. You know, like they will kill each other if we didn't intervene, just because one of them mildly annoyed the other. You know, like it's not just an us thing. X-Files gave birth to the Scully effect, where a woman with a genuine interest studies STEM subjects. I heard about this, yeah, something like that. And think about that. Every business company is owned by like the same 7 families, and there's a couple of reasons why this. There's obviously the whole dark ball stuff, but also it's physics, because mass attracts mass. And the more mass you have, the more mass you attract, and it becomes this compounding effect there. So when you have a success, you've then got the resources and the skills, the knowledge to then have another success, which then becomes even easier. Which then with there, and it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. There, and that's why how we ended up with lords, ladies, kings, and dukes and things like that. You know, families very quickly accrued wealth at the expense of the others. And this is the only thing that I can kind of, I would agree with. That there is a bit of a problem with wealth distribution there, because it's very easy once you've got it to make more. They play their games, exactly. It's like 4D chess, and the world has survived 5 extinctions and will be at the 6th there, and by our own hand. I thought it could well be, but again, nature always finds a way, doesn't it? Just been on the Voyager 1 website, and it will be a 1 light day away very soon. I heard something like that. Yeah, like so, a light day. So the amount of travel, the amount of distance light travels in a day. So the light that's left Earth this time yesterday, or left our star pretty much yesterday, has reached Voyager by now, almost. Not far. It doesn't really feel that far at all, even though it's a phenomenal distance there. Oh, a new comet is coming in early April, and it's that bright. You might be able to see it in daylight. Oh, that would be cool. I would very much like to see that one. Sorry, tubers, I have been neglecting you. I will try and get over to you in a second. I'm 20 odd messages behind there. And ever seen any chavs on Star Trek? The future's bright. I could, yeah, that would be a good future there. And but if there was, but if they was good at hiding their secret plans, we wouldn't find any. Well, that's the flip of it, isn't it? Then why, if these people that are coming out now, and this is what is interesting, is that the people that are coming out now are all senior people within the establishment. So the question is, why are they being allowed to say what they're saying if they're that good at keeping the secrets, and maybe they've pulled those tricks they've done before? Or, well, you know, it doesn't fully, does it? I mean, they seem to be very credible people there. The first result of my Wikipedia page say that, bloody fucking, I haven't had to deal with this in a while. If someone googled me, the first result on my wiki page doesn't say that I'm the Zodiac Killer, though. We don't want to go to Wikipedia. And I reckon they all found the Rosebud cheat code. Being early to the game for resources is pretty much the same thing. And what if we are the second generation humans and the moon was once Earth? And we moved here from there. Or Mars. Mars is an interesting candidate for life being the original starting point for it, at least within our solar system. Who are the scientists recently that kind of did the maths, didn't they, on basically evolution as we understand it? How many steps for complex life to form from nothing? And yeah, there's just not been enough time for it here on Earth, but there's been the perfect amount of time if you include when Mars was habitable. And there's also, nepotism as well, that's it, and backhanded deals, even question marks, paraphrased, never to play fair. But this is the thing, and you've got nepotism in its one form of it, but we all will naturally work closer with the people that we know more and therefore trust more. It's kind of this is something that I think is very difficult, because it's a natural way of functioning. Like, actually trying to filter that out. Like, you know, I'm naturally going to give more opportunities to somebody I know, because I know that they're going to fit more, and it's also less of a cost for me to communicate that. But this isn't to say that we don't make the effort as a society to put in rules to try and improve and work against that. In the same way, going back to the physics analogy, you know, mass attracts mass there, and we've got gravity, but we can still choose to put in a lot of resources there into rocket engines to go against that. Where am I? Scrolling through here. I think your Nokia 3310 is alien tech, 6th century battery life. I've still got one of them somewhere. There was an article I saw that they actually had a Nokia that they hadn't, seen in about 30 years or whatever, and it still had battery life there. Streamopedia. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that one. Isn't the surface temperature of Mars like -100? Oh, it's chilly. Oh, Mars rotates there, so there's dark. It's dark like us, when it's not when it's rotating there. So I'm not sure what the actual temperatures are like, but that's recently. Mars, very interestingly, was more habitable than Earth earlier on. So because Mars has less mass, it cooled down from that lavary hot mess state earlier than Earth, and we now know that Mars had water, had oceans, had an atmosphere, basically was very, very habitable for 2 billion years before Earth was there. And that's mainstream science, and there's also evidence of, and NASA came out with this towards the end of last year, which is about time. There looks to be fossilized evidence of microbes on the Martian surface, so it does look like it even had life. Now, if we go back to the 70s, they actually sent two missions there, the Viking lander missions there, and those missions had, the only time NASA has done this, tests for life, and they tested for microbial life, and it came up on every test consistently that it was present. It passed all of the bars. So we think that they actually do, or they still have microbial life there as well. I will admit I'd protect my own and shaft everyone else. We all have a price. Exactly, it's to certain degrees, isn't it? Like casually, you're more open for more people, but the more important it is, the more closed that we get as like individuals and within our groups. How do you feel about the Quagar Warriors? Oh, what? I don't know. What's that one? I've not heard that one. Mars has no Nokia. Hasn't got signal. Although, aren't they thinking about putting, cell signal, aren't they? A mobile phone signal on the moon or something? I saw a post about that, so astronauts can text. Still have a 310 there to keeping it for when we go back to the Stone Age. The problem is all the infrastructure won't work. I was thinking about this the other day. Nokia would definitely survive on Mars, SETIs there. Nokia spaceships, yeah. We just strap ourselves to a few of those. Do you have an opinion on the Space Corps directive? No idea. Is that a Star Trek one? Oh, Quagar look like a roast chicken and were... Oh, Red Dwarf! Yes, I haven't watched that since a kid. I used to love it there. But I cannot remember much of it there. And imagine astronauts doing TikToks. Oh, doing their little dances on the moon. You know they would. It would get young people engaged. Anyway, let's go over to the tubes because I've neglected you guys there. You are lost over there. Everyone's leaving the app. They are. Yeah. Mass attracts mass. It's gravity. The higher the mass, by normal understanding. Jolly. Oh, why is the bloody things cut there? 9 times certain that this phenomena is intertemporal. Okay, and it's like they are us from the future who are still unable to penetrate the firmament, with testimony starting 45,000 years into the future. It's possible. There. So, sun is 6,000 miles away, not 96. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not fully on board with that one yet, but if you do want to see their interesting conversation, or if you want to see a little bit more of the screen, guys, at the Thing UFO across multiple platforms there. And as you can see in a second, there's more analysis going on. There we go. Look above me there. There's waveform analysis. There's a map of the night sky showing you where our dish is pointing and what stars are about to come in range, and also the information on those stars there. On Blu-ray, I keep meaning to revisit it again. I think I was like, it was, I don't know, like 12 or 13 when I think the last time I'd properly seen it. I loved it at the time there. So my ex-fiancée in the US at that, it was the British citizenship test. Yeah, the Lister. Oh, it's very nostalgic for there. Origin year is 8200. I like it there. Brad as well, Hanson, thank you for the heart there. Thank you for that one as well. Let's have a quick drink. Both are omnidirectional sources of light, with the firmament there common light. And the actual reality is beyond our understanding, and it's written within the word. Well, I think that's a statement we could probably agree with. Definitely there. This is our best guess with the knowledge that we have at the time of our understanding. And it'll always update. The question is not are we right or are we wrong? The question is how wrong are we and how right are we? What bits have we got right? And then within that, how right is that as a statement? I'm curious about ancient Hopi and Dogon, their elder accounts that state the moon was placed here about 12. Yes. Oh, is it the Dogon as well mentioned that one? So I knew that there were, I've heard that one before from sort of ancient tribes. And I didn't know it was the Dogon, because that is all very, I mean, the Hopi as well, also very interesting, because they talk about, Hopi talk about ant people underground. There. I do wonder though if that's something that we could check purely because of the sort of the gravitational effects that it would have on the Earth. That should be available in the sort of the geologic record there. But we are looking back on the end of the Younger Dryas about 12,000 years ago, and that was a tumultuous time, wasn't it, for weather? So is that a sign that the moon may have been injected at that point? Not something that I would know. Not yet, Kate, but I'll add it to the list. It is, which is a bit weird if you think about it. I feel like kitchen goods to have that name. All found out through the Rendlesham Forest incident that and Linda Moulton Howe. Is that because there wasn't somebody talking about binary download from the Rendlesham Forest incident that talked about us from the future or something? Space-wise, Star Trek got me interested in astronomy, and Jerry Ryan in anatomy. Earth is very, very vast. But, I mean, you try and compare that up to some of these other planets that we are discovering now. Earth isn't actually a large planet in the scheme of things. There was, strange symbols, but apparently one guy, he touched it, and then he got a sort of a binary code download. And when they eventually decoded the binary code, it did say something like, we're humans from the future, and it gave a year, something like that. Now, people do question its validity, because he didn't come straight out with this. He actually said it was a few years into the future. Like, he said it a few years later, wasn't it? Maybe after sort of after hypnosis or something like that. So because he didn't come out at the time, it does raise questions. I think also there was something wrong with the coordinates as well. So the coordinates that he gave was it didn't account for something. It's like a human error in the coordinates there. They never give us a good recipe for chocolate cake or much that's useful. I do hold a reasonable amount of skepticism for a lot of the direct communication and messages that we hear. A lot of the stuff, not all of it, but a lot of the stuff, to me, it does sound very sort of human-centric. It's the sort of thing a human would say, sort of thing that we would say. Where's my bloody clock thing? I'm messing around. There. And he wrote it in his notebook. I heard it's supposed to be credible. Or maybe. I mean, this is the thing, picking up left, right, and centre. There was one thing that I thought, for me, I stopped being interested in it. Not that I've done a lot of research, but it's something to do with the coordinates. And I could be getting it totally wrong, but it's something along the lines of that they gave the coordinates for Rendlesham Forest, but they didn't do the correct calculation for being in the UK versus in the US or something like that. They hadn't accounted for something, and it kind of made it a very human mistake. But again, I don't know how true that is. I've done the research myself there, and it's always people who think Battlestar Galactica is a documentary who the aliens chose. Was it not? I did like Battlestar. That was very good there. Where are we? Back over on the tubes there. Rendlesham had a guy download binary coding of only years later, and the message said something about the future there. And placed here, thought this was Theia forming into a small moon that naturally orbits the Earth. So the mainstream answer, the mainstream scientific, is there has been an early impact into the proto-Earth by that planet they theorised called Theia, and then the re-amalgamation of the two was that, and that's their best theory for the mainstream. But placed here, when talking about ancient cultures, talk about the moon being a little bit weird and a little bit placed there. Moon doesn't have a core, and it borrows Earth's gravity. Well, it has its own gravity to a degree, but yeah, they don't. Although they're talking about they think it's geologically inactive, and that is the mainstream belief there. But there is some arguments that it might not be so dead there. It doesn't rotate consistent with the natural gravity harness. The position is illogical. That is definitely true. The moon is very, very odd there. In a 1/6 of our gravity, it's covered in craters. Yet, we never see any hits. And the other part of that as well, Xena, with the moon being weird, is that, as I said, it's the side that faces us is the most cratered. It's the most protected, but it's the most cratered. It's very weird. Satellite system spin with its rotation, except ours there. I mean, well, again, ours is a weird one. It's the closeness to us, its size. There are so many things about the moon which are really, really, really odd there. But I think there are some other moons that are tightly locked, like around the big giants. I can't remember which ones. Is there, because I thought the tides would be reasonably easy to explain, but interesting there. And Oh, is it Alan Walker's time there, Mayor? Let me just scroll through here. God, where are we? Sorry, guys, it keeps jumping ahead on me again. I had to deal with this for a while. No, I've done that one. Did they think they were in the US? Surely creatures that advanced, they'd know. So yeah, it was something, and I could be getting it totally wrong, Rachel, but it was something like that the coordinates that were in the message, they didn't account for being in the UK when they gave the longitude and latitude, or something like that. It was slightly off, and it was off in such a way that somebody in the US, if they'd written it, that's how the mistake would have been made. But yeah, talking about that guy who was deciding the... Oh no, this is the Rendlesham one. Now he's very interesting. The wow signal decoding there. But no, this was to do with the Rendlesham Forest incident. One of the guys that came in contact with the craft there claimed to have touched it and then had a download of a binary code information. But when they decoded it, there's lots of interesting stuff in there. But there was like this error that just seemed to be like a very human error. And it could be an indication that it could be false there. As USA is hours behind us in the time, would far-off planets be in the year 1925? That as USA is hours behind us in time, would far-off planets be in the year? Well, so this is interesting, and it's a head-scratcher, CJ. So with relativity, time isn't consistent. So we have a little bit of a weird view of time because how we experience it on Earth, because we're all pretty much so close together, we really don't notice any differences in time amongst ourselves. I can pick up the phone to somebody and have a real-time conversation with them, but it isn't true across the galaxy or across the universe. It isn't like there is a base timeline and then you're plus or minus from it. There is as you measure it, but there isn't like a true time is more like weather. It's like over there it can be raining, and over there it can be raining, but it doesn't mean it's going to rain over here. Like, there isn't that necessarily consistency, but there is, the relativity comes into play. So like when we're talking about traveling at the speeds of lights and stuff like that, you may experience less time than the people waiting for you to go and come back or whatever. You know, you're going to there. It's mind bending. So if it's moving slower, then technically. But also, it's not technically linked to the time that we have here as well. Like, it's mind-bending there. Decoding sausage fingers there, Kate. Give me the original Star Trek. And Mork and Mindy. They did catch a strike on the moon not long ago. Yeah, there are the occasional ones, aren't there? But even those impacts are weird. Like, the craters that they leave are very, very strange there. And the future humans would have had an memory of previous chat with ourselves there. Edict? I can't pronounce that. Sun giving off some Northern Light files for us. I mean, I would love to see them. I'd love to see it there as well. And also the G2G peeps. Stay well. I've got to go. Scott, it's been brilliant having you in. Hopefully we'll see you later. Thank you for your input. It's been cool. And have a good night there. And Lee as well. Lee for work. I'm not going to be on for much longer. So I'll be off as well. A tune there as well. I have no idea about that one. We'll have definitely, Kate, you do the work. And I'll just spout random things. To let me know how far wrong I was. Time calculator by the sun's rotation. So that's how we mark our time. That's how we measure it. But it's not the sun that actually dictates how fast time is going. Although in a sense it does, because of the gravity there. But yeah, so we mark our time by our rotation around the sun, don't we? And our individual rotation for day and night. Further away, the further. So it is visually, if we're looking or listening from here. So when we're doing our sky watches, and we're looking up to those night skies, there you go, seeing all those dots of light. So when we're looking at that planet, I said it's taken that long for that visual to reach us. So it's a snapshot. It's like somebody on that planet took a Polaroid and then, at the speed of light, brought that Polaroid to us here, so we could look at the light from that planet, or the image for that planet. So it's not that right now that planet is actually in the future. It's just that we see that light. It takes that long to get here, so we can't see it there. In theory, you can look back in time. That's what we're doing there. So if we was on another planet, and we were, I don't know how many million years ago or billion years ago with the dinosaurs? I can't remember. Say dinosaurs billion years ago, right? If we were a billion light years away from Earth, and we had a telescope enough powerful enough there, and we're looking at that dot of light, we would be looking at the dinosaurs at that sort of distance there. So it's like looking back in time, but they're still experiencing it relative to them in real time. But it's, oh my god, it's mind-bending. And someone a million light years away looking at us now would see that exactly, that's it, tick tick, you're ahead of the game there. And guys as well there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And I just don't understand how far advanced they are, yet they can also screw things up. I think there's always going to be that part that, you know, of any biological entity. I think it probably is what makes us, I was going to say human, but it's going to make us real, is that there is that part for error there. Hopefully less and less. Night Electron as well, and Maya there. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. Given the rate of technological surge, it is not unfeasible to assume they will have already conquered the concept of time using frequencies. Well, they're even saying, though, that time might not be fundamental. That it might be more of an emergent property, and it might not be therefore affected like that. We don't really know. You know, there are lots of issues. It's still up for debate, isn't it, there? A Swedish company have just discovered how to transfer energy with sound frequency. All new tech. Oh, the old school ones there as well. And there is, or was, a photo taken from Mars looking at us there. Oh, there was. And Night Lee as well, but that's a brilliant point. Yeah, the Voyager, wasn't it? It was like... Voyager did one of these when it was leaving the solar system. Looked back, didn't see the pale blue dot of Earth. It's incredible to think. Better lens to look for. Yeah, it would need a good one. I think they're both in the past. Oh no, I'm not feeling it tonight. I'm stumbling over my words tonight. I am so tired. I wonder if mine's make errors. Maybe? There's got to be a certain degree. Nobody's going to be 100% perfect all the time. I don't think anybody can be, because it's not all just about you. The space that we operate in, our environments, that all changes. That is all variable. And time, it may not. We experience time, don't we, in one direction, but it is plausible that time also works in a backwards direction, and also in a kind of an up and down sort of way as well, those different ways of interacting with it. We heard it recently that time is more like an open book, and you only experience time when you're actually reading it in order, and maybe other beings could just interact with it in that different sort of way. There, Bougie, how are you doing? And thank you for the likes there. Dinosaur had no Rolex. Oh, maybe they had an advanced species and we just not discovered the evidence of it yet. Maybe it's all been eroded, but maybe they had a dinosaur 9-to-5 jobs and they had their dinosaur Rolex. Probably not. But there wouldn't actually be much evidence left. I believe we're in a temporal war of ourselves there. AI super god with infinite quantum editing capabilities, and it's attempting to solve entropy. Oh, that would be the challenge for it, wouldn't it? Jesus. Maybe something like that is going on. We're all good, Bougie. I'm glad you are well. Oh, excuse me, getting to meet her tonight. Oh. Because, yeah, I imagine that they're going to be capable of errors as well. It's only human or zeta reticulum. You're just adding in extra stuff to go wrong, you know. It's a loud bottle. So you guys, if you're joining us, we join us towards the end of the stream, but we are currently doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We are searching the skies, hoping to hear ET say hello. And yeah, our dish is pointing up to the night sky, currently passing over a number of stars hoping that we're going to get a message from them. They're quite rare, but they do happen. The longer we do it, the more those statistical odds of a message increases there. This is the hydrogen line. That's that yellow line on top of the screen. It's the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorise that if ET is out there, this is where they would put that message. Out of all of the different frequencies, this is the one. It's where we've heard interesting signals before, like the WOW signal, and a number of other ones as well there. And how does a signal look like? So the signals can change quite a bit, but they have certain characteristics there. So nature for its signals are quite messy, so they'll be over a lot of bands. I mean, just look at the background noise here. This is all natural, and it's all very, very messy. In fact, here's a good one. And this here, this looks like a little bit of a signal. I think it's more electronic interference is our best guess for that, but you can see it's a little bit cleaner there. So technological signals are very precise and efficient. Nature is very messy and inefficient, is one of the ways to look at it. But essentially it would probably be a big peak around this line is what we want there. Again though, these distances, it could end up being quite faint and be a little peak, or can even get lost in amongst it there. But that's the sort of thing there, CJs. Could be a mix of the greys and Arcturians. Could well be. And how did the gaming stream go? I fell asleep near the end. No worries, Ben. Well, we completed the game. We cracked it. We did it all. It was amazing. Oh, Lord, that's the levitating grey at the end was absolutely a pain. It got me. I was useless at that. Ah, Rosetta, hello. How are you doing? Yeah, no, it went awfully. We couldn't even get past the first level yet. So I'm gonna have to do some research. I've got to try, Kate. I've got to try. Oh, air dry porcelain. Very interesting. Always crafty and creative. Like it. Yeah, I don't know when we'll do the next game we want. Probably won't be that long because of the goddamn weather. Although I'm sure we've got a few more days of this stream in us yet. We had a bit of a break. Saw the recipe and went, I've got to that stuff. Oh, exactly. If you've got the stuff, Rosetta, go for it. We're in a spiritual war with satanic and other worldly rulers who have taken over our realm. I mean, I'm not against that in principle. I think those words can be interchangeable with a lot of things, and I think we'd all agree. It's just where we're interpreting it from there. And Janie, how are you doing? Now, I've only got Adara, a Weezan, and a Ludra in range tonight. Links into my theory about the rapture. That oh, come on, you got to share that, Rosetta, before we come off. I want to hear this. DMT elves run the realm. That'd be an interesting experience, that one. And Brand as well coming with the likes. Thank you. In temporal mechanics, the grandfather paradox would take effect immediately after Hiroshima there. The P-50 is trying to stop us interfacing with the P-45s, so the whole thing is fracturing with the Mandela effect. Maybe. It would explain a lot of the Mandela effect there. And TB, okay, gotta sleep up at 4:30. Oh, that's not good there. But TB, thank you for joining us there. Hopefully it's all right for you tomorrow there as well. A DMT Elvis. That's a totally different trip there. Okay, so the rapture is followed by 7 years of tribulations there. Started in Revelations in the Bible, right? I'm assuming it sounds right to me. I'm not an expert. The 7 years of the anti-Allen on Earth, yeah. Which is almost 2 terms for an American president. But that we've misunderstood the 7 years being a total amount of time. Being a total amount of time. Oh, yes. I don't know. I mean, where did all the abductions go before here? Oh. I mean, it could be. It could be. There. America. Oh. It's getting to me now. Doesn't mean I got left, but it means we're all too bad to be taken, if that's true. Trump isn't evil. He's the Antichrist. Okay. He's a conduit for evil to be done by others. Okay, okay. And the Antichrist doesn't know that they're the Antichrist. I didn't know that. Though I do not for a minute dispute the negative things about Trump, but I would say that they're all as awful as each other. It just hasn't come out. Trump's just more obvious with it. I mean, they're all on those bloody planes, aren't they? They're all on the flight logs. But it's a good connection, yeah. I see that. And I need to set this apparatus up in the US near Roswell. Oh, well, in theory, for this one, we're looking out to the depths of space. So it could be from anywhere as long as we point in the right direction. But I tell you what I would love to do, CJS. I would love to do our sky watches from Roswell. How cool would that be? That would be like the perfect thing to do. You might be right, Rosetta. We'll see how long it lasts. And what happens after that time period, though? Like, does everything get better after that? Oh, I haven't seen that one, but I don't disagree. Without even seeing it, I could probably say it probably is awful. But for me, he strikes me as just somebody that's just obvious with it. Like, I think that he's just more public, so he's going to be more obvious, whereas all the others are just like that, and it's just a bit more hidden. His mouth is open, whatever comes out is awful. Yeah, basically, yeah. And it was from his account there. Second coming of the Messiah, apparently. Well, there we go. Ship with, say, calm before the storm before the calm. There, we've got something to look forward to. There we go. So it's not all bad. Is this person supposed to arrive next? Is this person supposed to arrive next year? Oh, maybe there. What does Messiah mean to you? Well, this is you've got the basics of language as well, haven't you? And when you're physically or literally translating these texts over years, and the difference in meaning of these different words, and that word's been replaced over time there as well. But also, yeah, what was the initial definition of Messiah? I think a lot of translation issues with a nuisance. Oh yes, there's definitely with nuance there. Nuisance. A lot of it definitely does. I've heard some very interesting ones. I don't know a lot on those sorts of things, but I've heard a couple of very interesting cases of that, and you just think, how did we not know this for all of this time there? Like that woman who retranslated the Odyssey through the eyes of a woman. I've not heard that one. To rise or descend. Still hoping for aliens over here. I mean, it could line up. This could be the right, the second coming. Some people did say Jesus was an alien, so could fit with that. What was the gist of it? What was the differences? Oh, night, Ralph. We're coming off a second anyway, so you're not going to miss much there. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Jesus, a T-1000 sent back from the future. Wouldn't that turn out? Give me your clothes, your boots, and your cross. 14 minutes, Harko. Yes. Well, I don't even know if I'm going to last that long. That tired I am in a second. Ah, thank you, Rosette. And Harko, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
In fact, because we came on slightly early, I think we're probably going to be going to do another 2 minutes of this right there. Tell me the Messiah would mean like a fair world leader. Oh, to me, the Messiah would mean a fair world leader. It gives peace rather than a tyranny. Possibly. I haven't even got an internal concept with it. Emily Wilson. I will forget to Google it, but if you put it on the Discord, that might prompt me to actually look into it. Oh. I'm getting lost. It's like Santa's rearranged the letter, say. Is there a book section on the Discord? I forgot. I know there's a movie club. I think we might have done a book section, didn't we? Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, I don't think we have done a book one. We've got movie club, interesting things. Getting distracted. Well, let's, that's not a bad shout, Loris. That's not a bad shout. How do I add one? Let's have a look. It's been so long since I've done anything there. I've just created it. There you go, you got a book club now. It's a good place to put it. Oh, you already have one? I can't see it there. What? I can't see the book. Oh, you've already beat me to... I can see it now. I couldn't see it when I loaded it up. Alright, I'll delete my one. Hold on. I literally was just looking. I couldn't see one there. Hold on, there you go. Sorted. Now we've got the book recommendations. Oh, I'm not invited yet. It's about right. TB there. Thank you for the gift as well there. Oh, Night Xena as well. I'm getting distracted now. Anyway, yeah, I'm losing it now. I've hit that point of tired, so I'm going to come off now, guys. But thank you for joining us. I will see you tomorrow, most likely. There. Oh, that could be a good shout there, Carl. I'll try and remember for that one. There was another one we was talking about putting in there as well, wasn't we? I've crashed now. It was a bit too much sweets last night, Kate. It's a bit too much. Luckily, I've got nothing in the house now. So, there was... I think it was complaining about TikTok, wasn't it? Hopefully, TB, what is the weather looking like for this week? You know it's going to be rubbish, but let's have a look. Saturday. So next Saturday's promising. We're getting before that. Oh, next Friday could be promising. Next Wednesday, Thursday, maybe. All right, Wednesday onwards. See if the weather holds. Maybe we can get some sky watching in there as well. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us as always. Thank you for your support in all the ways there. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. No, guys. I want to post a photo of me at a wedding this weekend. Well, we'll have to put the chat up for it. Bye, guys.